Hello everybody, it's Lenne, and today we are going to be talking about Lenne. And I got 3 potential builds for you guys for endgame Lenne. She can dish out a lot of damage. So let's go into the first little build that I have. And that build is going to be a crit based magical build. So we're going to be using her ultimate weapon, which is the Bulg. And I got magic and agility in here. I would put another crit in here, but I don't have another crit, so I could get more crit. And then in her grimoire, I have agility, magic, and crit. I like to get her agility up because she is pretty slow. She's she's really slow. And then I got magic Paulines for her magic to crit. And then I got Gambler to increase her crit even more. Now, if I did have a extra crystal, a crit crystal, I would take off Gambler and I would replace it with Pyromancer because, yeah, I would be able to make up for that crit and I can get more magic damage. Well, actually a lot more magic damage. This is really great, but I am lacking in the crit department, so that is why I am using Gambler. So, let's talk about her skills. Oops, wrong person. Okay, so your single target skill is always gonna be Heaven's Tier. It's fantastic because it always does magic damage to the target whatever it's weak against. So this works for everything. It's fantastic. I love this skill. But in the beginning of the game, you would use water, fire, and wind thrust. But at the late game, those all get canceled out by Heaven's Tier, because Heaven's Tier is just absolutely amazing. So, and then we have All for One to replenish her TP, because when she uses Elemental Pact, she is going to be losing all of her TP, so you want to get it back up the next turn, or you want to have one of your party members feed her some TP. But it's good to have. You can replace it with something else, like a coat. I would recommend, if you're not going to rely on Elemental Pact, I would recommend getting a coat in there. So depending on what kind of mobs you're grinding, like let's say you're grinding up against mobs that are fire coat, or fire weakness, you could, bring fire coat. Or you don't even, well, yeah, you probably don't even really need that because you could just use your fire jump and probably kill them all in one hit anyway, so it probably doesn't matter. But the option is there. She can actually has access to all the coats besides earth. So yeah, she can do water, wind, fire, light, and dark. I don't know where dark is. Where is dark? Am I blind? I know she can have dark. I don't know. Oh, maybe because I didn't level it up. It's not here. But yeah, she can have dark. I don't know where it's at right now. But yeah, and then cleanse. Cleanse is actually really powerful, especially against like bosses that throw a million buffs on them. Yeah, just use this and just get rid of all those buffs. It's fantastic. This is really amazing move right here, cleanse. I love it. It's fantastic. Always gotta have this. Then we got Elemental Pact. Absolutely awesome because it increases your magic attack 150% for 3 turns. The only downside is it consumes all your TP, which kind of stinks. So you gotta kind of plan for that. But yeah, if you need more damage, it's right there. I don't know why I keep switching over. I think my controller's all messed up. Anyhow, and then you got Third Eye, which I love this move as well. Increases your magic damage 150%. But you gotta keep in mind that it lowers your defense and your mind by 25%. So as long as you have a tank protecting you, or you get some nice buffs on you, you should be fine. So if you combine Third Eye and Elemental Pact, you're doing a lot of damage the next turn. So if you got Elemental Pact up, and then the next turn you use Third Eye, and then the next turn after that, you're gonna be dishing out some crazy damage. So for my AoEs, I like to have water jump, fire jump, and wind jump. These are great because, yeah, there's going to be a lot of enemies that are weak against at least one of these elementals, and it covers quite a lot. And yeah, if you're versing a single target monster, use Heaven's Tear. It's fantastic. It's great. So let's go into her character passive skills. I got Magic Up, Ultra Move Up, because her Ultra Move is still really strong. I love it. So plus there's not really much more options. And then we got TP Sacrifice, which increases our damage a little bit more. And yeah, if you're going up against a boss, you could replace Ultra Move Up with a Killer. I mean, you don't have too many options for killers. You got Machine Killer and Flying Killer, which is not that great of an option, but you do have it. You could also do what's the TP one? TP Gain Up, which will help the longevity of the fight. But honestly, there's nothing in this game that's gonna draw out the fight that long. If you play your buffs and your debuffs right, you're not gonna be able to utilize it that much or save TP. So honestly, just having Ultra Move Up and TP Sacrifice is pretty much the way to go, to be honest. And then for our class passive skills, we have Crit Up. In this situation, I have Crit Up and Magic Up, because yeah, those are great things. Magic Up is fantastic, and Crit Up is, well, that's fantastic too, because I'm going for crit. Now, once I actually get, and I'll show you these crystals. Where are the crystals at? Oh yeah, inventory crystals. If you guys can get, I think it's Spearmaster. If you can get 2 Spearmasters, you can replace the crits in your equipment. You can replace the crits. You can put one in here, and you can put one in here, replace that crit. And then you can take off Magic Pauline and put on Bracelet of Magic to get even more damage. And then you can put on Pyromancer to have even... I think this actually outscales the crit damage by like just a tiny bit maybe. But unfortunately I had very bad luck getting those spear crystals, so I went with the crit route because that's what I can utilize. But that's another build that you guys can do. So it kind of depends on what you guys have access to, but this is what I have access to. This is a crit build. So yeah, let me show you guys it in action. Alright, so we're in the Fewer Woods. These guys are, unfortunately, we can't take advantage of any of those weaknesses. So I'll just Heroic Ode. We'll give her a little bit better chance for crit damage. So she was at 60, now she's at 75. And then a little bit more agility. And I'll just go with a random magical AoE. And there you go. Kill them all. What else is over here? See if we can find like a... I think there's a... one of these gazers. I think they're gazers. Do a little bit of buffing up. And we'll use Heaven's Tear. See, it's weak against water. And this basically just does damage against everything. And there you go. Easy peasy. So single targets are pretty fun, especially if they have a weakness. Even extra fun for Lenne. Alright, let's see what these guys can do. Get some crit up. Double steps. And see what this does. Dead. Alright. Let's try this. Here I go. These are against bats that are weak against light. Unfortunately, we can't do light damage with Lenne, so we're gonna try to make the best of this situation. We're gonna use Third Eye, increase her damage more. Weaken their defense with Raphael, Defense Crush. She can defend. And we'll use a Wind Jump. There you go. That's how you destroy all the bats with Lenne, even though she couldn't take advantage of their weakness. And that's how you do that. So let's take a look at a different build that can pretty much destroy bosses in one hit, and I do have a video on that. Alright, for the next build, this is going to be for basically doing as much damage as like humanly possible for Lenne. And this requires a lot of setup. And yeah, it's basically for bosses, one-hitting bosses, and I do have a video showcasing that, like just one-hitting the final boss. But yeah, this is what your equipment's gonna look like. You're gonna have your ultimate weapon. I'm gonna change my grimoire to the Scholar's Robe, because on my Scholar's Robe I have Fire Attack, Earth Attack, and Wind Attack, and we're gonna be utilizing these elemental attacks. Then I got Magic Paulines for the magical crit, and I still have Gambler on. If I did have Wind, well, not wind. If I did have water attack, I would put it in my weapon, but unfortunately I don't have it. So to get water attack, I have to go to my skills, and I have to go into my class passive, and I'm gonna have to get water attack through here. That way we can have all four. And that's the only changes, I think. Oh, we're gonna have to equip our skill that we're gonna be using, which is a Magic Smash, and this utilizes our magic stat and it applies a physical attack. So that's how we're able to utilize these elemental attacks onto our actual skill that we're using. So that's the only thing that I'm changing right here, is just those things. Keeping everything pretty much the same. And you're also gonna need these items right here, which is the bolas, the oil lamp, because a bola that inflicts heavy, oil lamp is oil for fire vulnerability. You got your earth vulnerability, then you need a sylph's fan, that's for your water vulnerability, and then you need water bomb for your wind vulnerability. And we're going to be applying all four of these buffs to maximize our damage, since we have all four of the elemental attacks combined into our skill. These are going to be applying multiplic I don't know how you say that word. They're gonna multiply each other, pretty much. Multiplicatively? I think that's how you say it? I don't know. Correct me in the comments. So let's see it in action. Alright, let's do this. So what we're gonna do here is finish off a few of these guys, so they're not such a nuisance. And we're gonna do Elemental Pact. Increase our damage by 150%. Sheer Will of Gold. More attack, more crit. Get some sweets, get her TP back up. And we're gonna do oil lamp. Weaken its fire vulnerability. And we're gonna do Third Eye. Increase her damage by 150% more for the next turn. And we're gonna do another debuff. We're gonna water bomb them. And gonna do another debuff. Sylphs. We're gonna swap out. We're gonna do a defensive crush. Lowers their defense and mind. And then we're gonna apply the last debuff. And then I think we should be all set. And we're gonna use Magic Smash. This should do a bazillion damage. Oh, yep, there we go. That's how you do that. So yeah, I do have a video of this technique used on a boss to one-hit them, so check it out. Hopefully you guys learned some things, some cool stuff, and you guys all take care. Peace. Please leave a like and a comment, and yeah, have a great day.